talking about today on this slide deck is some of the device registration, provisioning, and those types of things that you need to know both to pass the course and in the real world. Now, what you're going to find is you got to register your devices. The FortiGate has to know what the device is, or the FortiManager has to know what the FortiGate device is so that it can effectively manage the device. So there's different ways to configure and apply provisioning profiles. We have to add the FortiGate devices to the FortiManager. We have to understand how to import and understand the import report, where it's going to tell you, did it import correctly? Did it not import correctly? Did it import kind of good? So you'll see that here soon. How we add multiple devices, adding chassis to the FortiManager, managing HA, so high availability with the FortiManager, which is very critical in all environments, even your smaller, mom and pop shops typically have some type of HA, and now to troubleshoot some of the device discovery issues when you try to import devices into the FortiManager. Now, what we're going to start off with here is provisioning templates. So a template is a common settings to multiple devices. So what you can do inside of the FortiManager is configure these templates. And these templates you can apply to single FortiGate devices, multiple FortiGate devices. They can be system templates. They can be IPsec tunnels, VPNs, SD-WANs for your software-defined wide area networks, some of your SD-WAN overlays, routing, search, your certificate stuff, threats, threat weights. So for like your IPSs and things along that lines, where you have determined in your organization that certain threats are valid or not valid, or whatever the case may be based upon your business needs. Some of the CLI stuff. So yes, you need to be able to go into that black space with all that command line stuff. Some of the NSXT service and some of the firmware stuff. Now, what we're going to do here over the next couple of slides is I'm going to talk about these slides. Then we're going to pause for a brief second. We're going to jump over to the demo machine, and I'm actually going to show you what we're talking about in the slides and talk about them in more of a practical manner rather than just what you're going to see potentially on a test. So here's your provisioning template. This is over in Device Manager. In Device Manager, under Provisioning Templates, we see our list. This is our list of templates and where you would go to configure all your different templates. You can create new templates, you can edit current templates, you can clone, you can do all these different things from here inside of your Device Manager. This is the same spot in Device Manager where your devices and groups and things like that are listed. We'll show you this here live in just a second. Now, your provisioning templates are what they call a subset model device configuration. So you configure and modify common settings. So say you have 10 firewalls that are all configured with a template. What you can do is actually modify the template, and you can modify all the firewalls at the same time. Or if you want to go into and bring new firewalls into the environment, you add those firewalls to a template and they get the common template pushed down to them. This eliminates human error big time. Because as technicians, what you're going to find is you're going to do a lot of stuff late night, middle of night, daytime for other people, but you're just human error. It kicks in for various reasons. So you apply these templates and you're consistent across the board. This makes managing so much simpler. You can create new templates. You can inherit system settings and CLI settings from managed devices using the import function, and we'll show you that. And we can associate already managed devices with the profile. So say you're managing, you have 5 firewalls and you want to associate them all with a particular profile. You can do that very simply. You can create, edit, design, and assign the template. So you see that where I have them highlighted. This is where you would click to do these various tasks. And I'm going to show you this here in the lab here in a few seconds. So your provisioning templates, what you're doing is you're applying common device settings to devices. You're provisioning them. You're creating new ones, edit, design, and assign. So let's jump over on the demo here real quick. And I'm going to give you more of a practical use rather than just a slide deck of what we see here. So let's jump over on the demo. So as we see here on the demo, we've logged in. We are at Device Manager here. So this is Device Manager. We're inside Device Manager, and this is our typical Device Manager. what shows us our device groups, our devices here, our firewalls, and all this type stuff. Our logging devices, our managed FOS 40 analyzer here, unauthorized devices, all this fun stuff. Now, what we get here is two types of templates. We got our provisioning templates and our firmware templates. So our provisioning templates, this is where we saw what was listed on the slide deck there. It's a system, fabric, IPsec tunnels, VPNs. So let's just take a quick look at VPNs here. So we got this template for VPNs. So we have a hub, branch, and IPsec recommended VPNs. So we can go here and look at our hub IPsec, and this is what we're talking about. We have the ability to create new, edit this, clone it, import it, activate it. All this can be done inside of this screen right here. If we click this here, this is where we assign it. So again, here's our template of add assign device to group. Here we go. Now we can look at that device and we can say this IPsec template, hub IPsec recommended that was created. We want to add it to this device. So we can add it to this device and move it over. Now that template is going to be applied to this particular device. And we could do this to multiple devices. And this would apply whatever is configured in that IPsec tunnel. And that's the power of what you're doing here with the template. We've created one template and we've said, this is what we want to do and add it to these devices. And this is the same for all the way through SD-WAN, SD-WAN overlay, static routes. So your static route template here, BGP for your external routing. Again, this is your BGP template. It's your standard. Being that we're in a demo, we have limited visibility on being able to go in and configure this and update it. But it does give us the option here to apply the BGP template. Certificates, threat weights, CLI stuff. Same thing here. This one actually let us look at it. Here is this template. This is what is in the template. And the NXT, NSXT, and here's our firmware templates, which we have none created. And being that this is the free demo from Fortinet, we are not allowed to create one. Let's just see some. I'm going to see. Yeah, see, it doesn't allow us here on this one to change it, but it did over on the CLI, just to give you an idea of what you can do. This is a predefined script for FortiGates 40F, 80E, 100E, and 100F. Here it is, and if you need to modify this, you can come down here and do so. So hopefully it kind of gives you an idea of where your templates are, and they're very efficient to use inside of your environment. So I highly recommend it if you are new to the environment, new to FortiGate and things along that lines. Jump out here to the demo machine, the FortiManager, FortiDemo.com, that is free. Log in, jump around there, look at the templates, get familiar with that. If you are in a live environment and you have access, go take a look, go poke around. Check what's in your environment and get some experience on it. The better you are at this, the more efficient you can be for deploying into other environments. So with that, guys and gals, thanks for stopping out. Let's get this done, and we'll see you in the next slide deck.